Since my Lost YouTube Media video did so well, I've decided to make a part 2. Just like part 1, I've got a lot of obscure topics to cover in this video that nobody else has ever covered, to my knowledge at least. I will say this now, the first half of this video will be Lost GTA content. That's not everything I'm going to cover, so stay tuned or skip ahead to the non-GTA section. So, let's get started. This first entry is one that has completely disappeared, even though I believe it had at least 1 million views. It was titled something along the lines of SAMP or SAMP, the death of CJ's mom. I don't know if that was the exact title. It was a video showing how CJ's mom, Beverly Johnson, died. The first thing I remember about it is the song How to Save a Life by The Fray playing in the background. But the last time I watched this video, the music was replaced with a copyright-free song from the YouTube music library, though I don't remember what song it was. The video itself was made in San Andreas, using the mod San Andreas Multiplayer, or SAMP for short. Beverly Johnson was accidentally killed in a drive-by shooting that was meant to kill Sweet, but in this Lost video, what happens is completely different. She is shown walking down a sidewalk in broad daylight through a sniper scope. The shooter then takes the shot and kills Beverly. I don't remember the location where this scene took place. I only remember one other scene, and it was of CJ in his default outfit sadly looking into the mirror in the wardrobe. There might have been another scene that took place at the temple graveyard, which would make sense since Beverly Johnson is buried there. I don't know when this video was uploaded, but I'll take a guess and say 2009 or sometime around there. Like I said earlier, this video had at least 1 million views before it vanished, and I can't find any traces of it anywhere. The last time I saw it was around 2018 or 2019. That was also when I noticed the music was replaced. So the video most likely wasn't taken down for copyright. It must have been set to private, or maybe the channel that uploaded it was terminated. Who knows? That's all I know about this video. I don't know the upload date, the creator, the full title, and I don't got a link to the video. I've searched a bit on the Wayback Machine as well, and I've not found anything so far. But the search isn't over since I want this video found. If anyone knows anything about this video, let me know. I'll be moving on to the next entry. I'm going to be covering these next videos in one entry, as these are all Screamer videos. Yes, Screamers. San Andreas Myth videos in particular are no stranger to Screamers. I've seen pretty much all the GTA Screamers out there, one of my favorites being this one called Ghost in the TV. But there are a few of these Screamer videos that are missing. There is one I remember that I can't find any traces of, and I could be confusing it for another video, so this just might be a false memory. But it was about the Mount Chiliad horror voices, which, if you don't know, it's a pretty obscure San Andreas myth that involves hearing screams at the Mount Chiliad cabin at night. This myth is technically true, at least according to the myth hunters that experienced it. It's nothing crazy, it's just a misplaced pedestrian spawn. They spawn at the top of this cliff above the cabin and walk right off. They start screaming as they fall to their death. There are a few other misplaced pedestrian spawns in the game, but the Mount Chiliad one is extremely rare, as I've never seen a pedestrian here in all my years of playing this game. It's pretty much like the shark myth. Technically it's true, it can spawn, but the chances are 1 in a billion, so only a handful of people have seen it. I've also never seen the shark in this game either, other than the dolphins that people mistake for the shark all the time. But anyway, the video took place at the Mount Chiliad cabin, and the player was just exploring the area at night. Then they enter the cabin and zoom into one of the windows with a camera, and that's when the Screamer happens. The Screamer image I think was this iconic image. Like I said, I could be mixing this up with another video, but I'm not too sure. The next Screamer I've never seen before, but it was made by a user I covered in the first Lost YouTube Media video. That being Hip With Today Productions, or Jack Spicer 2311, a channel owned by someone named Tyler Reddick. After I made that video, a lot of lost videos from Tyler have been found, including Beavis and the Undead. Unfortunately, Chainsaw and The Hunt for Revenge are still currently missing. I'll leave a link to all the found videos in the description. Tyler Reddick also recently made a YouTube post explaining where he's been for the last 9 years. I was not expecting this at all. According to one comment left on the post, Tyler has another lost video that was a GTA Myth Screamer. I can't really say too much about this video, but if anyone else remembers any details, let me know. This last screamer is another one I've never seen, but it was mentioned by famous YouTuber Radzel in one of his live streams. I'll play a short clip from that stream.
The worst screamer I've ever seen in my life. This is the cover of the movie, the poster of the movie, and they're like, oh, watch, look into the CJ's Johnson's house kitchen, and then looked into the kitchen. Pay attention, the ghost will be seen soon. And then this face just popped out and just screamed. I was dead.
So, as you heard, it was a video about the ghost of CJ's mom. It took place at the Johnson house where she died, and the screamer image was the cover to the movie 13 Ghosts. I could not find a single trace of this video, and it seems Rado could not find it either. So, this is another lost GTA screamer to look out for. And that's about it for GTA screamers. On to the next set of GTA videos. These last few GTA videos I'm also going to clump together into one entry, those being GTA myths. Not screamers, just actual myth hunting. This first one is really unusual, and I cannot find a single trace of it anymore. I think it was called Slappy's GTA Myths. It featured a Slappy ventriloquist dummy from Goosebumps. It was filmed in front of a CRT TV on the PS2 version of San Andreas, and it was just Slappy talking about GTA San Andreas myths. I think it was a series of videos, but the one I saw was the Demon Face myth, which is another obscure San Andreas myth that involves this weird floor texture at the apartments in Blueberry, which looked like the face of a creature with eyes, ears, fangs, and wings. And there's also this caution tape on the apartment next to this odd texture, which I think was pointed out in the video. And that's about it. I don't remember much more than that. This next one was a Let's Play series called Mystrix Mod Myths. Mystrix is a pretty famous myth mod for San Andreas, created by Zeb89 in 2007. This was just a Let's Play series of two people playing through the mod. The two people in the videos were young, maybe teenagers. They were split into multiple episodes. I remember the intro they would do in each episode, which went something like, "Hello everybody and welcome to Mystrix Mod Myths!" The only episode I can recall was the Kiflam one, which is the god that the Epsilon program worships. Since Kiflam is only mentioned by name and doesn't have any canon design or appearances in the GTA series, the mod depicts Kiflam as a giant blue chicken with angel wings. They might have done every single myth in the mod, but I'm not sure. That's all I remember. This last one is the most mysterious one on this list. This was about a GTA 4 myth known as the Abandoned Sprunk Factory Ghost. The Abandoned Sprunk Factory is located in the state of Alderney, and it has a very eerie atmosphere to it due to the weird ambient noises heard inside the factory. Now, I can't get my own footage due to the PC port of this game being absolute garbage, but my computer can run GTA 5 just fine. So, I'll be using other Myth Hunters footage for this section. The video was called something like The Abandoned Sprunk Factory Ghost Found, and it was very dark, blurry, and pixelated, but apparently the Myth Hunter actually caught the ghost on video. The player was roaming around the factory, and by the end, they started zooming into one of these windows, and outlining a shadowy figure in the dark. It kinda reminds me of the Big Smoke's ghost investigation by CFox306. CFox did not actually spot the ghost in that video, but someone else did, and it shows the camera zooming in and outlining the ghostly figure. It reminds me a lot of that, so that's the best visual comparison I have. I also thought that other myth hunters used a clip from this in their myth hunting videos, but I cannot find any myth videos that feature this footage. Am I the only one who remembers this? I swear it existed. This entry is the last GTA video I'm going to cover, and it's not myth related. I'm kind of entering YouTube poop territory with this one, but since it's GTA related, I'll put it here. I did see this video, and I had no idea it was lost until someone told me about it in a comment. It was called Michael Rosen Plays GTA 4 Again by Axdan986. This is a sequel to another video called Michael Rosen Plays Grand Theft Auto 4. The first part consists of random Michael Rosen quotes and sentence mixing thrown over GTA 4 gameplay, specifically the Ballad of Gay Tony DLC. Since part 1 is still up, I'll play a clip from that to give you an idea on what these videos are like.
Bang! 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 Now it's me, Green. You're too slow. I can't stand looking at you another minute.
So yeah, it's a pretty simple style of video. I do have a link to part 2. Part 2 featured gameplay of base GTA 4 and took place at Hove Beach, right at the start of the game. It was removed from YouTube for violating its community guidelines, and I actually remember a part in the video that might have gotten it removed. There was a sentence mix line of Michael Rosen saying the N-word to some pedestrians he was shooting, and that might be the reason the video was taken down. The video wasn't archived on the Wayback Machine, but part 1 was, funnily enough. The uploader has been inactive for 9 years now. I've not seen any re-uploads of this anywhere, and I've only seen one person mention it, that being the YouTube comment I got. So, if anyone knows anything about this video, let me know. I'll be moving on to the next entry. This next one is a My Little Pony fan animation, and I've talked about it briefly in my Lost YouTube Media update video. It was called My Little Pony Rocket to Insanity is Real, which is the sequel to Cupcakes is Real. Now, I thought more information on this would come forward since Pig Gamer covered it recently, but barely anything has been found. The title, thumbnail, and even a link to the video has been found, but it wasn't archived. No footage or audio has surfaced as of yet. The only new information I have is about the creator, going by the name Unknown. Apparently the channel used to be called cupcakesreal until it was changed to Unknown at some point. I thought I would have more to say about this, but as of now, there's just nothing to go off of. The search for this video has really only just begun, so we'll just have to wait for any major discoveries. If any more information comes forward, I will definitely take note of it. But that's all I have on Rocket to Insanity is Real for now. This next entry is a viewer request, and is also creepypasta related. You might be familiar with the creepypasta Suicide Mouse. The animation tied to this creepypasta is quite well known, and there are tons of remakes of it. There are a few of these Mouse.avi remakes that have completely disappeared from YouTube. I'm going to talk about 2 specific remakes, one that is completely unknown, and one that has some information. The first one is completely unknown. A link to the video was found using a site called YouTube Multiplier, and as you can see, the channel that uploaded it was terminated sometime in 2020. The thumbnail was also found, and here it is. It's very low res, as you can see. That's about it for the unknown one. The second one has a title, and it was called Big Mouse. And every time I hear Big Mouse, all I think of is Big Mouse! Now, the video is lost, but there is a recreation of it, so here's what it would have looked like. The thumbnail for the original was found, and here it is. It was animated by the creator and filmed off a monitor. And that's currently all that's known about these 2 lost Mouse.avi animations. Credit goes to VW Bubs for the information on these videos. This next one is another viewer request, and it's the last creepypasta related topic I'm going to cover. This one is a double whammy. Not only is the story itself lost, but also a reading of the story on YouTube. It was a creepypasta based on the anime Lucky Star, and it was called Episode X. The story was posted to DeviantArt by an unknown user, and then later deleted. The title of the YouTube reading was Story Number 10, Lucky Star Episode X. The story is your typical lost episode creepypasta. A bootleg Lucky Star DVD was bought from a shop, and it contained an extra episode called Episode X, and featured Konata Izumi with hyper-realistic bloodshot eyes. Miyuki starts hitting Konata with a textbook while Kagami and Tsukasa laugh at her. It's your average lost episode creepypasta. This lost creepypasta and reading was featured on a Lucky Star Iceberg video by Alex Matrix, where the title and thumbnail was shown. And this thumbnail is the only surviving thing relating to this entire creepypasta. Some other details were shared with me, like the channel name and the year it would have been uploaded. I did find a link to the channel, but it was deleted at some point. There are some Wayback Machine snapshots of the channel, showing many other lost videos from this creator, and that's where I hit a dead end with this search. There isn't any more information on this lost creepypasta in the video associated with it. I'll be moving on to the next entry. This next one is another My Little Pony video. This was a PMV, or pony music video. This was a SoarinDash PMV, which is a ship between Soarin and Rainbow Dash. Yeah, a shipping video. This was a pretty popular ship back then. This PMV was just a simple slideshow of various fan images of Soarin and Rainbow Dash, as well as these images of their foals, which are OCs by the name of Ragtag and Shooting Star. I don't know who created these OCs, and I kind of went down a rabbit hole researching this, but gave up because it's not really important to the video. So if you know who created Ragtag and Shooting Star, let me know. Just like every PMV, there was a song that played during the entire video. The song being One Boy, One Girl by Colin Ray. This is the only YouTube video I've seen that used this song, so I think that's why it stuck with me, and I've been trying to find it again. I don't know who uploaded this or when it was uploaded, but I want to say the time frame was between 2013 and 2016. I'm gonna guess it was taken down for copyright because it was the entire song that played during the PMV. There could have been other reasons as well. It could have been set to private or unlisted for all I know. And sadly, that's all I remember about the video, and I got no more information on it. On to the next entry. This next one is the last My Little Pony related entry, and it's a pretty short one. These were videos made by a channel called Lyra'sPlateOfPancakes. This channel focused mainly on My Little Pony toys, and the videos I remember were unboxings and reviews of bootleg My Little Pony figures. As of now, most of her content has been set to private, which happened sometime around 2020. There are a few re-uploads of her videos, but the knockoff reviews are currently lost. There is another knockoff My Little Pony review video that features Lyra'sPlateOfPancakes, but that's about it. There is tons of other lost content from this channel, and unless someone has copies and re-uploads them, we'll just have to wait and see if she'll make these videos public again. That's about all I got to say about this entry. This next entry is a lost AMV, or anime music video, and unlike the PMV, I actually remember who uploaded this. It was created by a user named Lyra'sPlateOfPancakes, who makes a lot of Strike Witches edits. This was an AMV set to the song Danger Zone by Kenny Loggins. It was really well edited and even had sound effects in certain scenes. The video might have been uploaded in 2022 or 2023, so it's a very recent piece of lost media. I did find some snapshots on the Wayback Machine, but I could not find the video in any of the snapshots, so I could not get a link to it. Maybe this wasn't even made by Lyra'sPlateOfPancakes, but I don't know. I did find a few other Strike Witches Danger Zone AMVs, and they've all been blocked for copyright, so it's safe to say this one met the same fate. One of them was re-uploaded to Vimeo, and it's pretty similar to Lyra'sPlateOfPancakes AMV, as a lot of the same scenes were used, but it's not the same one. Lyra'sPlateOfPancakes has been inactive for 2 years now, so I don't know if this will get re-uploaded, but I bet this one could be found easily. And that's about everything on this lost AMV. I'll be moving on now. This next entry is another viewer request, and it's one I've never heard of. This was a channel called Alltime Conspiracies, created on December 13th, 2012, and has 1.6 million subscribers. The channel itself is still up, but all the videos were set to private. The content from this channel isn't completely lost, as they have a Rumble account. The creators now have a new channel and podcast called the Just Interesting Podcast, and in the first episode, they explain why they nuked the entire channel. To put it simply, it was due to YouTube's algorithm blacklisting conspiratorial content from the search results and recommendations. I actually don't know how much of this channel is lost, but I found a few of the videos that were thought to be missing on the Rumble account. I'm also going to include this channel, as this is related to Alltime Conspiracies. This was a channel called Alltime Tens. It was a top 10 channel created on January 26, 2010. They did have other channels like AllTimeMovies and AllTimeGaming, and there are also Rumble accounts for AllTimeMovies and Alltime Tens, but there is none for AllTimeGaming. Some of the content from AllTimeGaming was re-uploaded to YouTube, but only 13 videos were found, and they might have had more than that, but I don't know. If anyone knows more about these channels and how much content is missing, let me know. I'll be moving on to the next entry. This next entry is going to be very short and very obscure. This was a Sonic Plush video that was titled Sonic Goes Down the Basement, at least I think it was. I actually made a YouTube poop of this video, but since then the original source material has gone missing. I'll play my entire YTP since it's very short.
Hey, Sonic, wanna go down the basement?
Yes! No!
Okay, it's my turn.
You're gonna crash! Ah!
The video was made sometime in 2017, and my YTP was uploaded on November 3rd, 2017. Luckily, I left a link to the original video in the description. It was made by Supersonic Blue 360, and the video is currently set to private. I've looked through an old flash drive that has a lot of backed up YTP material, and I could not find the original source. So this one might be lost until the creator decides to make it public again. This next one is a Mario plush video, and I have no information on it at all, so I'm going off of memory. It was uploaded sometime in either the late 2000s or early 2010s. It featured Mario and Luigi, and maybe another character that might have been either Yoshi or Toad. I don't remember the plot at all, but I'm gonna take a guess and say it was about the villain kidnapping Princess Peach as usual, and he takes her to the roof of the house the video was filmed at. The heroes then have to climb to the roof of the house, and I believe they did so on scaffolding. Once they make it onto the roof, they then fight the villain, and I think they throw him off the roof in the style of "So long, gay Bowser?" I have no idea who the villain was. I always thought it was Bowser, but it might have been Donkey Kong, given the context of the scaffolding and the heroes going up to the top level to fight the villain. But that's all I remember about the video. Admittedly, I did not search too hard for this one, so it might be buried on YouTube somewhere. I could be completely wrong on what happens in this video, but it was something similar to what I described. If anyone knows what I'm talking about, let me know. I'll be moving on to the next entry. This next entry is gonna be pretty rough, as this creator has done some not so good things. This was a channel called Azzman, also known as PieSenpai, created on June 22nd, 2015. This was a gaming channel that focused mainly on Japanese games, but the video series that put Azzman on the map was his Yandere Simulator series, which had over 100 parts. Azzman deleted his entire channel in 2021 due to being exposed as a predator and grooming a 13-year-old and other minors online. Yeah, another groomer YouTuber. That happens so often it's not even funny. Also, that's 2 people involved in Yandere Simulator that turned out to be child predators. I have no comment. As of recently, a few of the Yandere Simulator videos have been re-uploaded by a channel called My Preservation Channel. It's not all the videos and they're out of order, but there is more missing content from Azzman. The other series I remember was him playing Artificial Academy 2, which is a classic Illusion Studios game. If you know, you know. There's also his other channel called PieSenpai, which was created on November 30th, 2016. I don't remember what he posted on this channel, but I'm assuming all the content is also missing. There's also the videos by one of Azzman's victims who exposed him, so you can go watch those videos if you want to know more about what happened here. I'm not going to get into any of that. I'll be moving on now. This next entry is another short and very obscure one, and also very recent. This was a series of random videos created by a channel called JB. This channel was run by an older woman, and it had a variety of content, most of which I did not watch. The videos I watched were reviews of skateboards, mainly featuring the Kryptonix Torpedo, which was the creator's favorite mini cruiser, as well as a few vintage skateboards and modern ones. I actually could not find this channel again, until I randomly stumbled upon a comment she left on a video relating to the Kryptonix Torpedo, that video being A Day with the Kryptonix Cruiser by Connor Brown. It seems all her content was set to private. One of her videos was about her comparing the Kryptonix Torpedo to a penny board by Penny Skateboards, saying that for the price, it's pretty good, if not better than the more expensive penny board. In the same video, I believe she had multiple plastic mini cruisers, one of which was from Shark Wheels. I also remember her showing another variant of the Kryptonix Torpedo that had plastic trucks instead of the usual cast aluminum trucks. And I remember her calling them trashy, which I would agree with. The last video I remember was about a vintage fiberglass skateboard, and I don't remember what board it was, but I think it was a Fiberflex, which is a fiberglass skateboard from the 70s. It's called a Fiberflex because it flexes so much when you stand on it. So much so that the creator was scared to ride it, due to it bottoming out and scraping the ground when she stood on it. Though, from the videos I've seen of people standing on it, I don't see that happening. So maybe it was another vintage fiberglass skateboard that had more extreme flex? I don't know. She also said that the loose ball bearings in vintage skateboards are very fast and can be very scary when going down hills. And that's all I remember about this very obscure YouTube channel. I doubt anyone watching this has ever seen these videos. I think they only had like a few hundred views, maybe even less than 100 views. The latest videos were uploaded in 2024, while the oldest ones were uploaded in 2020, or maybe before that. This last entry is another viewer request, and it's got a pretty great title, that being Angry Birds Peanut Butter Jelly Time. This was a plush series featuring the characters from Angry Birds, and it was made by user Muffin, originally known as EB Custom Videos. The first part was uploaded either in 2016 or 2017. There is some surviving footage of the first video still on YouTube, but most of it is recorded off monitors with cameras. But there is one high quality clip, and it's only 8 or 9 seconds long, so here it is.
This is gonna be one good peanut butter and jelly sandwich. Time to dig in.
There are 6 parts to this series, though only clips from the first part have been found so far. Part 6 is a very recent video, and after watching it, it seems the creator is not interested in making the videos public again, as they are currently set to private. I did watch this fan-made remake to get an idea on what the video was like. The plot of the first part is about the Blackbird Bomb making a peanut butter and jelly sandwich, which summons the peanut butter jelly time banana, and it goes on a killing spree. And yeah, it's kinda random. I've never seen the original video, video, but it does look like a Plush video I would have watched back then. And that's about everything I have on this video, so I'll be ending it here. And with that, that's all the lost YouTube media I remember, and I also took some viewer requests as well. I know I've gotten way more requests, and I've only covered 3 in this video, and that's probably not enough, but I really make these videos to cover lost media I remember personally. And that's why it tends to be very obscure and why I barely have any information on anything. You can leave your lost media memories in the comments, and if I find it interesting enough, I'll take note of it, but that's not guaranteed. So, with all that being said, this was more lost YouTube media.